Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I am Anna Maria and you are watching Miracle Orchids, the place you can learn everything there is to know about growing orchids. Okay guys, so in this video I want to do an update on all the orchids that I grow outside, and I will take each and every single one of them to show to you how they are doing. I'm doing this today especially because I'm doing a spray. I do preventive sprayings for many things. Today we are doing for any type of pests, and as a preventive fungicide, also some foliar feeding. So that will help my orchids. I always do that. And remember, if you want to see more tutorials like this every single day, please subscribe to my channel by pressing the red button down below. And here in front of you, you have my Iwanagara apple blossom pink, and she has matured this growth. In here it has a lovely sheath, this one and this one I almost broke when it was about this big, so I'm happy I managed to save it. And now so I have 3 fully grown suitables this year so far, and I have one here and one here so far, and we might get more, so we might have next spring 6 spikes. We are going to see. Doing really nice. You can see that it has adapted very well to my highlight, and the orchid doesn't mind it at all. I do feed my orchids very well, and they have been adjusted slowly by the course of the last 2 years to this highlight location, because all my Cattleyas have been grown outdoors in the past 3 years. Next we have this orange no ID Cattleya that I got about maximum 1 year ago from Secret Garden, and this year it has grown this growth, which has a sheath here, and I believe some buds inside. It has grown. This one is not yet fully matured. This one, which obviously is starting to grow something inside the sheath, and now it is pushing up this growth, and a third one here. So I'm waiting for more in the bag because it has some directions of growth there too. This orchid is really pretty, and I cannot wait to see her in full bloom. Okay, so next we have the huge specimen-sized orange Cattleya that I recently got from Secret Garden. I presume it is the Cattleya Yen Karat crossed with RLC Warchant. I have potted it in semi-hydro, and so far she's still adjusting, has a few wrinkles. It is normally, she does not have a lot of roots, but she has a lot of new growth, so I have really 10 or 12 new growth all around the orchid. She's producing new root tips, which is good, and yeah, she seems to really love the highlight location, and she didn't mind it at all. She did not had any sunburn, so that looks good, except this one, which is from today, when I have forgot actually to put the shade cloth. Next we have the Cattleya Sweet Chief Orange. I got this orchid about 3 years ago, or almost 4 years ago, from Schwerter, and it has finally pushed up a huge sheet for me this year, together with this super fat pseudobulb, and it has some buds inside. I assume they will be 3 or 4, but we are going to see what we will get. Also, the leaves are really big, and I really love how she reacts in semi-hydro outdoors. She also has a new growth in here, so she is a happy orchid. Next we have the Dendrobium Spring Smiles Lovely Paradise, and it's doing really good. It has adapted very well in semi-hydro. I have purchased it in bloom this spring. I don't remember, Secret Garden or Floreria Design Floral, and look at the fat new growth he pushed, and I am sure it will be bigger than the previous one, this one as well, and it has 2 more, a bit smaller in the back, so he's looking really nice. Next we have the Cattleya Bridgeri crossed with, or Lelia Bridgeri crossed with Cattleya Gaskelliana. It is just adapting now in semi-hydro, so the leaves are a bit shriveled, especially the old ones. But we can see that at least the growth which bloomed is super fat, and the new growth is growing nicely. It is fat and pretty. This pot is really helpful for semi-hydro, and I'm sure the orchid will adjust quite fast. I have new growth starting from the base of the new shoot, so it's doing good. Hopefully we are going to see soon some blooms, because this orchid is super fragrant. Smells like lemon pie. Next we have the Cattleya Jungle Ice that I got from Miss Orchid Girl a few years ago in 2015, and it did not bloom from this new growth. Not sure why, but it is a good sized one, so who knows. I am going to see. Maybe it doesn't like semi-hydro, and I might just move it into traditional medium with bark, and I will see. Still thinking about that. Right now it is producing here a new growth, so I am going to see how that growth does, and if not, it will just go into bark. Next we have the Cattleya Cornestone Compass, and you know that I was complaining that this orchid just doesn't want to push up sheaths and blooms for me, even though it is quite a large orchid, as you can see, and it seems that she has heard me, because in this growth and in this one we have a sheath. But of course we can see the leaf is a lot more wider than the previous one, so just now she is getting as healthy and as big as she needs to be to actually bloom. I am sure that from these sheets she will bloom, because look at them, how fat they are. Other than that, I do see that this orchid did responded super well to the silicone fertilization, because you can see these are new leaves, but look how dark they are in color, and they are a lot thicker. I'm not sure how you could see such thing in camera, but usually the new growths are a lot more lighter in color and a bit more thin, and as they mature they become much more thick and greener. But these ones did grow properly from the first time. They did not needed the time to become thicker. For example, this leaf, you can see it is bent. This is because she was not hard enough actually to sustain the weight of the leaf. So I'm sure with these two ones something like that won't happen, so I'm very happy with the results, and I cannot wait to see this orchid in bloom. Next we have the Oriental Smile Fantasy Dendrobium, and it is growing very well in semi-hydro. It has pushed a ton of roots, and yeah, the new growths are different in size. Some are smaller, some are bigger, but I believe it has responded pretty well. If we take into account the fact that it has dropped from the third floor down, and that is when it broke one shoot bulb, and from that one I managed to propagate some cakeys, which are the ones that I have for sale right now. I cannot wait to see this orchid in bloom, and I really hope that I will manage to show it to you, because these blooms are supposed to be super beautiful and really rich in color and very fragrant, so really looking forward into that. Next we have the Brassavola cuculata, and we can see that it has adjusted very well to semi-hydro. It is pushing up very nice roots and 3 new growths, which I am pretty sure they will bloom. Now you can see that the leaves are quite purple. That is normal. This orchid doesn't really require a lot of light to bloom. It doesn't burn from high light, but it will just turn like this purple. I don't think the orchid minded, and I'm quite happy that it did produce the roots, because it arrived to me rootless about 2 months and a bit ago. I got it from Orchids and More. Next we have the Cattleya Gaskelliana, this one Summer Beauty. We have seen this orchid recently in bloom. Very, very pretty. I love how the leaf has a very nice contrast with the blooms, because actually the leaf is white and the blooms are a very nice lavender color, very fragrant as well. So very happy to have it. It's doing very well in semi-hydro, pushing tons of fruits, and I have here a new growth. Cannot wait to see this orchid in bloom actually, again. Next we have the Cattleya Gaskelliana variety Alba. I got her 1 year ago from Orchid Garden, and just now it is starting to push up fat growths. I'm trying to find a few. It has a lot of directions of growth, so here we have 1 growth, 2, 3, and she has more in the back. She is growing very, very nice. Look, 4, and that is just now. Also she is starting to push up fat pseudobulbs. This is the first pseudobulb she produced, which is a bit more fat, and the orchid actually is doing very well in semi-hydro. It arrived to me after a 3-week transport, and it was a bit stressed, but now we can see that it's starting to do a lot better. I cannot wait to see this orchid in bloom. It is presumed to be very fragrant, with huge about 20 centimeters in diameter white blooms, so really looking forward to see her. Next we have here the Cattleya Snowflower Wilder that I got 1 month ago from Secret Garden. We have repotted this orchid together, and we can see that it is adapting well. It has here a new root, a new growth, a second one, a third one, fourth one there, so it has many directions of growth, and actually it did adapt quite well in semi-hydro, if we think at the fact that it actually did not had any roots, so really looking nice. Next we have my RLC Shinfong Orange. We have seen this orchid in bloom about 3 months ago, and look at the huge and very, very fat pseudobulb she produced, looking very good. And here I have a lovely sheath, and soon enough it will produce some buds, but this orchid usually waits for the sheath to dry and then pushes up the buds, so that is nice, because actually I have another new growth, so maybe if this growth hurries up a bit, I will have 2 spikes. We are going to see. A really gorgeous orchid. Next we have a yellow Cattleya ID that we have recently repotted together in semi-hydro. In that video where I have repotted 2 or 3 Cattleyas in semi-hydro and 1 in water culture, I had the yellow no ID there. This is the one, and as I said, very often when you purchase an orchid in decomposed medium, it is calcium deficient, and here is the proof. Here was a new growth which was starting to grow, and it got blackened. This didn't rot it away because I cut water in it, but actually because it is calcium deficient. But from this other side it is producing a new one, and hopefully the new roots that are starting to grow will pick up the calcium, and it won't have any more dying new growths. This is a sign of calcium deficiency. Also I have provided foliar feeding with calcium as well, so I'm sure that soon enough the orchid will recover. Other than that, it did responded well to semi-hydro so far. The pseudobulbs did not get very shriveled, so that is nice. And the last 2 orchids for today are going to be these ones, because it seems that I have a neighbor which really wants to listen to music. This is the BLC Sanyung Ruby Chai Mei, and it has finally adjusted to semi-hydro. And here we can see that it has produced the fattest growth so far, and I did not had petience, and I opened the sheet, and there inside I see something. Usually inside the sheet will grow another smaller one from which the buds will emerge, so maybe soon enough I am going to see some gorgeous and fragrant blooms. And this is the purple no ID Cattleya with the huge bloom which smelled like hyacinths. I have received this orchid about 1.5 months ago from Secret Garden, and it did adjust well to semi-hydro. Even the aerial roots are branching, and I'm trying to show to you. I have really a lot of roots. So they love semi-hydro, and my orchids do adjust in a matter of maximum 1 month to semi-hydro if you repot it at the right time, meaning when the orchid has new growth starting with new root tips emerging. Most importantly, it is to see that new root tips starting, because those are the future of the orchid, and that is how I managed to adapt so fast my orchids to semi-hydro. And with that being said, guys, this is a two-part video, so the rest of the orchids from here I will do in a separate video because I am already tired. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye!